Good evening, Simon here, Explosive Action. We are back with a metal vinyl update. I've got one repress here and a whole bunch of original pressings, so let's take a look. In the background we're listening to a pretty forgotten British gem here. This is Impaler with Carnal Deity. This came out in like, what, 92 or something along those lines on Def Records and Grindcore Records. Solid meat potatoes, British death metal. It's what it says on the tin, you know, like your early Benediction stuff. You know, even like Scrolls of the Megaloth, Mortification, you know, like that kind of just thick, gloomy death metal that's just meat potatoes. Good stuff. Impaler, Carnal Deity. Only thing I think they've done. Very cool. That's what we're listening to. First record we're going to take a look at is the reissue. Sort of. It's been on LP before, but it's not really an album. And gore warning. There you go. There's your warning. Dead Infection. This is Start Human Slaughter. Look at that wonderful gory pile of intestines. And I was just demonetized, I'm sure. Anyway, this is the second demo from Dead Infection, Polish gore grind band, one of the earliest bands doing the carcass recapitulation kind of clone. And man, they did this stuff so well. Here's the back, just kids again, young kids. This is a reissue on Underground Front Records. Now, as I said, it's a demo. You wouldn't really know that. It is a full length and it is sensational quality. Like, it is, well, it sounds better than Recapitulation. That thing sounds like crap. It's got, you know, like Regurgitate, all that kind of gore grind in it, but it's definitely heavily rooted in carcass, particularly at this point in their career. Really good stuff. Take a look. Just a black LP, nothing too exciting there. But I had absolutely no idea this was a thing. There's the inner. More gore, more photos, lyrics. Yeah, so a Melbourne record store. They do Instagram updates. They show, you know, here's the cool stuff we've got in. Frequently show all their metal, and they put up one single copy of this. I jumped on, I grabbed it, I confirmed with them. They said, yeah, that's the only one we got. You're lucky. I'm like, damn, I was so happy to get this. You can get this second demo with their first demo for the longest time. There's been a CD, I think Moribund put it out, somebody like that. For like 20 years ago. The CD's been out forever, but this LP is just spectacular. You can also get the first demo on LP, but unfortunately they didn't have it. Highly recommended if you like your Polish gore grind. Awesome. That's the reissues, reimaginings, represses out of the way. This is all original press stuff, so let's take a look at this now. My first Running Wild album. I didn't like the Running Wild that I had heard. I'll just put that out there. I was linked from a couple of people, their later era stuff, when they're all very much a pirate metal band. I don't know, it didn't do it for me. It's kind of goofy. I don't know, I didn't find the riffs very exciting. So I forgot about them. And then this thing got listed, and I had been told that the debut was, you know, less pirates, more Satan. So I thought I'll give it a quick listen, and it's chalk and cheese. This is a completely different sound, and I think it's really good. So yeah, Gates to Purgatory, debut album. I mean, let's just take a look at this. Studded wrist thing there with a glove, forging a sword in, you know, there's the forge, and it's just sparks and fire, and there's tattoos and inverted cross. This is proper Satan metal. This is so good. You know, their early German band. This is what, 84, something like that. Not on the back, I don't see it, but yeah, it's like 84. Really pretty heavy, gotta say. Not thrash heavy. It's just straight ahead heavy metal, but it's got that evil touch to it, and it's just a lot of fun. I was really happy to pick this one up, actually. Not sure why. This has got an old mini LP sticker on it. I'm assuming that's there by mistake. This is certainly not a mini LP, and Discogs doesn't have it there, but I don't know. Somebody at the pressing plant put it on there by mistake, or the record store back in 1985, you know? Who knows? Nothing too exciting. Noise Records, really nice condition. There's the logo on the other side. So yeah, I'm really happy to get my first Running Wild album. I'm not going to delve too much into the band. As I said, I'd listened to, I think it was Jolly Roger or something like those lines. It just didn't do anything for me. But I have been told that the second album, the one that follows this, is also in the Demons and Devils rather than Pirates and Longboats. So anyway, we'll be checking that one out at some point. Soldiers of Hell was a great track. Almost like sort of speed metal stuff. Prisoner of Our Time, the last track on the B-side. Oh no, that wasn't a great track. Kind of bit of a different sound. I almost thought it might have been cover. And there's a track here called Genghis Khan, but they pronounce it Genghis Khan, so that gave me all kinds of smiling faces and amusement. So yeah, Diabolic Force, first track, side 2, banger. Running Wild, Gates of Purgatory, awesome stuff. Next one I'm going to take all that is the debut album of Apocrypha. I'm going to say that. Apocrypha? I reckon that's how it's said. The Forgotten Scroll. I had the second album, the name escapes me at the moment, but I got that from a record fair about 2 years ago. Just saw it there and I thought that's pretty cool. Old Roadrunner pressing, picked it up, and I was very happy with it. This is the debut. Listed quite recently. All of this stuff is in Australia, by the way. Everything here I'm showing is Australian pickups, so yeah, haven't been importing much. Anyway, this is really strong. Total shred, power metal, speed metal, but shred. The guitarist in this thing he's got that, you know, like cacophony, you know, that kind of shred. Just, yeah, he's running the band here. Clean vocals, real powerful clean vocals. I love the cover art too. So yeah, the guitarist Tony Fredonelli, he's phenomenal in this thing. It's just, you know, all the sweep picking and all the just virtuoso guitar styles, so good. Vocalist, yeah, as I said, it's clean vocals but real power to them. So really good stuff. Strong drums. It's all really good. Apocrypha, The Forgotten Scroll. Very happy with this. Really like this painted art too. Very nice stuff. So yeah, this was on, let's get it out. Shrapnel Records. There you go. Silver label. Pretty minty. Very happy with the condition. Sounds amazing. So yeah, that's the first album, and as I said, I have this second. The third is called Area 51, I think, and yeah, you know, I might grab that one at some point. So that's Apocrypha with, as I'm re-sleeving on camera, how naughty of me, The Forgotten Scroll. Good stuff. Next one, everybody knows this album. Surely they know this one. This is Dark Angel, Leave Scars, their second album. Darkness Descends, obviously being the most well-known album from the band, but Leave Scars, I was a bit silly about this. Darkness Descends looks so metal, Gravestone, all that kind of stuff. I saw the cover for this for ages, and yeah, crying girl and a bit, I don't know, I thought I was going to get something a bit wimpy. Naughty me. What was I thinking? It's still got Gene Hoglan on the drums, for Christ's sake. It's not wimpy. This thing is actually heavier than Darkness Descends. Pretty brutal thrash, really. Yeah, Leave Scars. Fantastic stuff. It's just thrash, you know. Think your Testament style thrash, but it's heavier than Testament, particularly at this time when Testament was doing this stuff. Seriously heavy album. Yeah, there's Gene, looking exactly the same as he always has behind the drums. Yeah, it's just a good album. It's just, I was very wrong to misthink of it as not going to be a good album. Lyrics, more photos of the band. Take a look in here. Not quite as minty, a little bit fingerprinty, even though I did wash it. It's one of those ones where you can't get the fingerprints off, like the oil is sunk in or something. Under one flag press, Sounds fantastic. I'm not too fussed about how the actual wax looks. I'm more fussed about, you know, surface noise and things like that. So, which this does not have. It is very clean pressing, and that is the main thing here. I'm trying to re-sleeve, whatever. Dark Angel, Leave Scars. It's really, really good stuff. I don't know if I need to go further than the second album. Do let me know if I need to go further with this band, or if I'm good to stop here on Leave Scars. But yeah, good stuff. I'm not sure I can really pick out a particular song or anything. It's got an Immigrant Song, which is, you know, the Jimmy Page, Robert Plant cover there. Yeah, strong thrash, good stuff. I was really, really happy to find this one. This was just one of those good timings things, which does tend to happen to me a bit. I don't know why. I'm kind of lucky in that regard. Some of the other metal YouTubers, Marty Worm particularly, was talking about this album, yeah, it got stuck into my head, and the cover art was one of those things that I need to find this. I'm going to add it to my wish list, and it's going to show up. Oh, there it is. It's like a week later, like in Australia too. Scanner, Hypertrace. The soak in that album art is so good. It's like a mid-70s science fiction novel, and there's a reason for that, because this whole thing is sci-fi themed. Look, even the guys here, they're in, like, you know, space suits of some kind of description. It's kind of amazing. But yeah, this is power metal, a little bit speed metal at times, but it's mainly power metal on Noise Records. Debut album from Scanner. It's really good, and the sci-fi themed lyrics is good fun. Warp 7 just smashes it straight out. Terrian again. Some of the tracks then slow it down, like Locked Out, I think it was, slowed it quite down, had like everybody here was doing vocals, like a choir kind of thing, which suited really well. Across the Universe started to get, I think that was the one that kind of get a bit ballady, but then RMU kicks it back in, Grapes of Fear got faster again, so it's kind of got everything, and it's just really good quality, very clean, the kind of stuff that I want from power metal. I've never been the biggest power metal fan. So much of it to me is that, you know, Euro power metal that's just cheesy. It's just the same double kick pattern the whole time, and, you know, just songs about unicorns and shit. It has usually rubbed me the wrong way, but this is the kind of thing I can really get behind. Scanner, Hypertrace. Take a look inside. Lyrics, the as usual wonderful Noise Records collage. I love it. And it's the silver label one. There's a few different editions. I guess you can class them all around about the same kind of first pressing, second pressing, very early, you know, original 80s pressing stuff. Here I am re-sleeving again, because I'm not going to hold these LPs around and accidentally drop them or anything silly like that. So anyway, Scanner, Hypertrace. Very, very happy to pick it up. And we'll just take another look once again at the sci-fi amazingness there. Just look at the expressions. This guy doing the angry face. He's doing the glam metal pout lips. Amazing stuff. Front cover painting by Joachim Luecht. Whatever. Very cool. Scanner. Getting a bit heavier now. Going to France too. Aggressor. This is Never Ending Destiny. Been after this one for a while. This was it was an indirect Discogs purchase. One of those ones where I've befriended a Discogs seller and I just go directly and ask them what they've got. And this was something they had not yet listed, so there's another one in here from that same seller too. Never Ending Destiny. So yeah, this is some pretty brutal French death thrash. Think Massacre. If you like Massacre, you're going to like this. This is the debut album from the band. Vocals are sort of like Dave Vincent, you know, first couple of albums, Morbid Angel. Nice, very, very clean Noise Records again. Lots of noise records today. And yeah, another band I don't know much about besides this first album. Got your usual Modern Invasion triangle, which means this was an Australian import. Those things stuck on with cement. I've talked about it before. Every Australian knows my pain. You cannot get those off without ruining everything. That's fine. It's kind of like, you know, badge of honour at this point. And the lyric sheet, which was folded in 4 inside. I'm not sure if it was meant to be that way, but that's how it came for me. With some vintage noise record stuff here. Lots of Running Wild, Rage, Halloween. Very cool. Very happy with this aggressor. And yeah, do tell me if this is a band that I need to explore further. I can't even get the damn thing in. I'm having the worst time re-sleeving today. Anyway, let me know if there's more albums from Regressor that are worth my time, or are they a band that I should stop on the debut? But this was fantastic. Really strong death thrash. Like I said, a bit like Massacre. Awesome. I love the cover art on this thing too. There's our big cyber eyeball in space shooting lasers. Yes, that's what I want from my death thrash. Next one needs absolutely no introduction for anybody. Left Hand Path, Entombed. Finally picked it up. I decided after that Dismember that I showed in the last update, I think, which was the Nuclear Blast original pressing, and I already had Unleashed's where No Life Dwells, their debut on, is it Century Media? I think so. I decided I'm going to try and get, you know, the big 4 Swedish death metal on original pressing. So here we are, the third one I needed. Entombed, Left Hand Path. Absolute game changer, of course. This is where your HM2 riffs all came from. You know, at least for all the bands that copied it. They weren't obviously the. This wasn't the first time it was done, like a particular guitar sound. You go back to Nihilist demos and things, but there's no denying the importance of this album. Left Hand Path, the best one from Entombed for my money. Probably annoy a few people by saying it's the only one I actually like. Clandestine doesn't do much for me. I think it's the vocals. And yeah, then it gets all too death and rolly for me. I'm just not that interested. So, and oh man, this one made me cry. There's the Modern Invasion triangle on the LP label itself. What were they thinking? This one does have a little bit of surface noise. It is right on the border of where I want to be, but it's only really noticeable in between tracks. Like, this thing is heavy as a ton of bricks, so when the guitars are in full pelt and Petrov is doing his thing, you can't tell, and that's fine with me. Look at me, re-sleeving again. I should be forbidden from doing these videos. And there we go, there's the original lyric key sheet, has contact address. So yeah, real shame about LG, but now I'm very happy to have debut Left Hand Path, Entombed, original pressing on Earache. What number was this? Mosh 21. Mosh 21. It's been reissued 1,000,001 times. You don't have to get this edition, but I felt like it. So that was the Entombed. I've talked about Dismember and Unleashed. What does that leave? It leaves Grave, Into the Grave. Personally, this is a very close contender next to Dismember's Like an Ever-Flowing Stream as top Swedish death metal for me. It's only just behind because of the monumental riffs on that Dismember, which is not to say this thing is not chock full of them. Absolutely love this album. This is the original Century Media press. I love the artwork, and it's got the Grave logo. If you catch the light, which hopefully I'm doing by flicking like that, you see the Grave logo and the tendrils coming out of it, which is just awesome. Love this thing. Another bloody Modern Invasion triangle, my god. 1991, this one came out. Geez, it was such a good year. 89 to 93, it's just the time for death metal. But anyway, I digress. There's the song titles on the inner. There's the band. Yeah, it's got the original address. Please enclose 2 IRCs for reply. I don't think they're going to reply from there anymore. but fantastic stuff. Absolutely love this album. The Dismember's probably the hardest to find. The Grave is only just behind it. This does have some surface scuffs, which probably do come up, but they are not audible. This thing sounds damn good. No clicks, no pops, which is my main thing about records. They can look like a dog's breakfast if they must, but they have to sound good. So yeah, super happy to pick up Grave, Into the Grave. Yeah, I mean, what else can I say about this thing? It's Grave. It's the debut by Grave. Yeah, super stoked. Now I've got all four: Dismember, Unleashed, Grave, Entombed, original pressings. So that's sort of, you know, the Swedish big four death metal, I suppose. And I've got Carnage, the reissue of that on those. So that's okay. That's okay. I can live with that. But anyway, Grave, Into the Grave. How can I top that? What can I do next? What's going to be better than a Grave album in this update? We take it back to Australia, mate. Mortal Sin, Mayhemic Destruction. Please bask in the glory of this immature artwork. It is so amazing. A winged demon crushing across over the top of the Opera House in Sydney Harbour Bridge. Fantastic stuff. Such a good album. I've liked it for a long time. It's one of those ones that is, I think right now it is completely out of print. There's no CDs, there's nothing. You cannot get this album. And this LP here, this is the first pressing with the slightly immature artwork that I think is really just charming, honestly. I think it's great. This was the original press on Mega Metal Productions out of Parramatta, which is a Sydney suburb, I'll just call it that, for the international viewers. And it's Australian made. This LP actually says in the corner, Australian made. We don't even have pressing plants anymore. I mean, nothing to the scale that would make this anyway. There might be some independent plant somewhere, but no, you cannot get a record that says Australian made on it anymore. Anyway, this is a great album. If you've not heard Mortal Sin, this was Australia's answer. 80% Metallica, 20% Slayer. Bam, Mortal Sin. The vocalist is even doing a good James Hetfield impression. It's really, really good. In fact, they supported Metallica on their first Australian tour, which was the And Justice for All tour. I was too young for that. I would have only been about 8 or 9, which is before my time really in getting into these bands, which is more like 13. But I've been told by some of the older players that it was a fantastic gig. So there's the lyric sheet, and on the back here it's got a thanks list, which is just incredibly Australian. Extra special thanks to Foster's Lager, which you would not see now because we do not drink that shit. Vic Bitter, the old VB. Victor Bravo, Very Bad. Tui's Draft, Jim Beam, Johnny Walker. UDL's, Cheap Wine. And then we go on about pizzas, McDonald's, Parramatta Burgers, Vegemite, and Aussie Beaches. I mean, Australia, mate. This is a very charming album. It's a very fast in places. It's got a good chug in places because they're really going for that early Metallica sound. They're not trying to hide that, I don't think. Some of the patterns are nearly lifted from Kill 'Em All kind of riffs, and that's fine. It's fine because it's great. Take a look at the record, which is In an Elephant Condom, and there we go. Mortal Sin, nice orange label there. It's in really good nick. It sounds really good. So I'm really stoked to get it. I would have been happy to get the reissue. Now, when I say reissue, it might not have even been a whole year later. Not entirely sure, but this was the Australian press. The international press, which I don't know if it's the US or Europe or whatever, has slightly different. And when I say slightly different, I can't get it in right now. Entirely different artwork. They've got the concept of the demon winged bat, but they've gotten someone that's had more than 5 days experience doing paintings and redone the thing, and it looks better. You can't argue that it looks better. I'll put a little picture there. You can see how much better it looks. But it's not as charming as this. This is way more fun. I would have been happy with that, but I got the original. I actually won this on eBay. It started at 79 Australian, which is a bit of a bargain, to be honest. And I put in a bid, and I got it for 80. So I got it the second bid. I was fully expecting to be paying a lot more than this. So yeah, honestly, including shipping, I didn't even pay 3 figures for this. So very happy. Mortal Sin original press from 1987, Mayhem Destruction. And that is my LP update. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like, subscribe, and all that cool stuff. Check out this thing and that thing, whatever they may be, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.